In 1857, one of the first Christmas carols not written by a priest or a monk was created, although it wasn't written specifically as a Christmas song. Originally titled One Horse Open Sleigh and later renamed Jingle Bells, the song was written by James Lord Pierpont, the son of an abolitionist preacher originally from Boston who'd moved to Georgia. Pierpont made his name as a composer writing minstrel songs, a form of racist entertainment that featured white singers in blackface imitating stereotypes of black people. One of his compositions is The Coloured Coquette, a song about a flirtatious and manipulative black woman, which despite consisting of just 16 lines of lyrics, has 7 uses of the N-word. In the mid-19th century, sleigh riding in the winter months was growing in popularity, both as a pastime and as a show of wealth. Often the drivers of these sleighs were black slaves and servants, and as a result there was a trend for minstrel songs that made fun of the African descendants taking part in such winter activities. Songs like The Merry Sleigh Ride, Buckley's Sleighing Song, and the more obvious Darky's Sleighing Party were hugely popular, and the inspiration for Jingle Bells can be found throughout the lyrics of these and many other minstrel songs. Jingle Bells was first publicly performed by Johnny Pell, a famous minstrel singer who performed in blackface as the common minstrel character known as the Dandy Darky. The song was popular with audiences and remained part of the group's repertoire for many years. As tensions between the northern and southern states escalated, Pierpont's father found his anti-slavery stance becoming increasingly unpopular in Georgia and decided to move back to Boston, and eventually joined the Union Army as a chaplain. Pierpont himself decided not only to stay in the South, but also enlisted in the Confederate Army to fight for the rights of the southern states to maintain slavery. He continued to compose songs, but instead of minstrel songs, he wrote songs for the Confederacy, including Our Battle Flag, Strike for the South, and We Conquer or Die. In 1888, Thomas Edison finally began making commercial recordings for his new improved phonograph that he'd patented in 1877. And in 1889, Will Lyle recorded a version of Jingle Bells for the new format. The song was recorded again for Edison's recording company by the Edison Male Quartet in 1899. An audio of this recording still exists.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
James Pierpont registered the copyright for Jingle Bells in 1857. At this time, the copyright term was 28 years, after which time, if the writer was still alive, they could apply for a 14-year extension. After that, the work would become public domain. So by 1899, Jingle Bells was no longer under copyright. In 1935, jazz band leader Benny Goodman, known as the King of Swing, released an instrumental version of Jingle Bells that updated the old minstrel song into what was then the most popular style of music of the time. Another jazz band leader, Glenn Miller, who was the biggest recording artist in America from 1939 to 1942, recorded his own version of Jingle Bells in 1941, and the record was a big hit, reaching number 5 on the charts. Bing Crosby recorded a version in 1942 with the Andrews Sisters. The previous year he'd released his biggest selling single, White Christmas, and Jingle Bells was an ideal follow-up and helped establish the crooner as the voice of Christmas.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Jingle Bells became the first song performed in space in 1965 when the astronauts of Gemini 6 played a Christmas prank on Mission Control.
Roger, Houston and Gemini 7, this is Gemini 6. We have an object, looks like a satellite, going from north to south, probably in a polar orbit. He's in a very low trajectory, traveling from north to south, and has a very high fineness ratio. Looks like it might even be about a stint. Very low, looks like maybe going to re-enter pretty soon. Stand by one. Looks like he's trying to signal something. We got him 2-6. That was live, 7, not 2.
You're too much, 6.
Jingle Bells established itself as a Christmas standard and has since been covered more than 250 times, making it one of the most popular Christmas songs of all time. Now, what do you think? Let me know in the comments and be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to get all the latest videos.